Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant.
This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1087, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, is Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, and mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, dog?
And just down the street, our very own downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, we have a great show. Coming up later, we talk to Wande, one of our favorite rappers, a great female rapper. She's a new album coming out. Talk to her about that. Can't wait for you to hear it. Mm-hmm. We have Slices coming up. We have something coming up at the end of the show that Jesse doesn't know about, but I am very excited.
Now I am too.
Now you guys will not want to miss what I'm going to make Jesse do. All right. Before we get going. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
all right.
Here we go.
The listeners have demanded it, and we are responding. So we are giving y'all what you want. So just stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. No, he has no clue.
All right.
Do you?
Here we go.
No clue.
I just show up.
I love that Jesse's like, all right, whatever, let's get it.
So it's Tuesday. We're recording this out of order, but this Tuesday, most people are coming off their Barbenheimer afterglow. They're recovered. They're soaking it in. Our question of the week coming up on the next episode is going to be what movie marathons you want to see happen, stuff like that. But Emily, you've been telling us at staff meeting like some weird marathons you've been on. I remember I asked you a couple weeks ago, what did you do this weekend? How was your weekend? You're like, I watched every Lord of the Ring. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay. That sounds like punishment.
Emily, tell me some of your recent binges. Because
this is actually...
I binge like New Girl. I binge The Office. I binge stuff like that.
I like binging like movie franchises because it's just easy for me to be like, okay, tonight I'm going to watch this one movie. That's it, whatever. I did watch the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies. It was like a rainy weekend Jesse, too.
Lord of the Rings and all of the Hobbits in one weekend.
Oh yeah, that's lit.
It was a good weekend. I didn't mind it. I'll be honest, that I think the week before I did my annual Twilight rewatch, so that kind of got me in the mood.
Good.
It's baseball season. It's baseball season, so that got you in the mood.
Yeah,
right,
there is one baseball scene in the entire Twilight franchise, so it's a baseball movie.
12 seconds of that baseball scene is the only amount of Twilight I've seen, and it was because I was walking through the room while my wife was watching it, and I was like, "This is a baseball movie? Why are they shirtless?"
Yes, it is actually my favorite sports movie of all time, Twilight.
Okay.
well-known sports
movie, Twilight. But the one I'm on right now is I'm watching Mission Impossible for the very first time. I think I've seen... The only one I'd ever seen before was whichever one Henry Cavill's in, which I think is like the sixth one, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm watching it for the first time, and I do have a question for y'all. Do y'all think Tom Cruise is... I have a
question for you, too.
Okay.
But continue.
My question is, do y'all think Tom Cruise is a good actor?
He's good at playing Tom Cruise. You know what I mean? It's like saying, do you think Vince Vaughn's a good actor? He plays Vince Vaughn in every movie. Like, if you want to go to a Vince Vaughn movie, he's great. If you want to see Tom Cruise is great.
See, I went into this.
Why? Hold up. Where are we going with this one, Emily? You're not going to hate on Tommy boy, are you?
A little bit. because I went into this, everyone was like, "Oh, Mission Impossible movies are great. They're so fun and all this stuff." And I'm watching it.
Well, the new one got like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
like,
and I think I'm part of the 3%. So it just they're fun, they're fine, but I don't believe Tom Cruise. Like, which is funny because I know he is actually doing all of these moves and stuff. But it's just like I don't believe that you're this like super spy. Like I think you're Tom Cruise pretending to be a super spy versus like. In a movie like Fast and Furious, I believe Vin Diesel is Dominic Toretto because there's something about like, and
Jason Bourne. Matt Damon is Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I believe them. Yeah. I don't believe Tom Cruise.
I think the problem is we have too much exposure to these people. In the back of your mind, the only thing you can think of it's Tom Cruise, right? I think
that's true.
I think that is that. I don't think that it's. Like Vin Diesel has never not made you feel like he wasn't this tough guy.
That's true.
Ever. Like he's always a tough guy everywhere he goes.
On
right?
and off camera. Yeah.
On and off camera. Rock. On and off camera. Tough guy. Like, so when you see The Rock, you like, if The Rock punched somebody at a restaurant today, I'd be like, yeah, he's The Rock. Like, of course, right?
That makes sense.
If Tom Cruise punched somebody, I'm like, dang, what do you do to Tom? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, because he's such a fun loving guy. I think outside of the world, I think it's just too much exposure for you to believe a role like that. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
I get that.
My criticisms of the film, and I haven't done a deep dive in a long time. I think I've seen them all, but I don't know. Like after
there's like
a certain point,
$7 or
they all kind of blur together into one long action scene. But here's my major problem with the franchise, and I'm glad you set this up, Emily, because I've been meaning to get it off my chest for a while. And it's the same problem I have with like multiverse stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So you don't believe in the spiritual realm, is what you're saying? You as a Christian?
No, as someone just observing a screenplay here, it is the laziest. They have the laziest trope in those movies, just like in the multiverse. It's like, oh, I know we killed all the good guys. Don't worry, it didn't happen because another universe. It's a different version. It's so lame. There's no stakes. Mission Impossible has something just as bad, if not worse. It's the mask. At any point, a character can rip off like a rubber mask and reveal that they were actually someone else the whole time. It ruins the stakes for every scene because it's like anyone could die or anyone could get shot or anything could happen to anybody. And it's like, oh, no, guess what? I rip off a mask, dummies. It was me the whole time. It is the laziest cheat code in those screenplays. Okay. It ruins the whole franchise for me. I can't watch it. I've never
seen any Mission Impossible, but what you're describing is every episode of Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
Except worse, because what if Fred, the whole episode was Fred, and all of a sudden it'd be like, hey, wouldn't it be a crazy twist if Fred ripped his mask off and he's the bad guy? These are the heroes. It's not just like a villain in a costume. It's like you don't know who is who, and it's just so lazy. It's like did you guys watch Glass Onion, the new Rian Johnson movie, Rian Johnson, Knives Out? Great, I loved it, but. The twin thing was a total lazy move. It's like, oh, she's a twin. That's so lame.
I don't know.
Like,
spoiler alert.
It got me pretty good. I gassed.
But Derek, you've seen the Mission Impossible movies, right?
I've seen one of them.
Did they have the mask thing?
They did.
And what did it? Were you not like, give me a break, man? Give me a break. Like that was it's cheating in the screenwriting.
It is cheating because I watched one of the ones I watched the other day. I'll try not to give spoilers since apparently no one's watched
Who cares?
it.
Just spoil it.
Okay. You think his wife dies. Not his wife. They put a mask on this random person. And it was like, oh, well,
it happens in every one of the movies.
Well, now I feel dumb for being sad for him because I thought his wife died.
And you feel dumb watching the whole movie because it happens every other scene. Someone's ripping a mask off.
Let me help you all out, okay? I'm going to help you all out. Now, if the movie says directed by Christopher Nolan, right? Martin Scorsese, okay? We're going to look at that movie and we're going to say, man, we're looking for intricate plot devices. If the movie says starring Vin Diesel, it says starring The Rock, we are looking for explosions. Sure. That's it. We are looking for explosions, bullets, and pretty girls. We're not looking for anything else besides that. That will help you with your movie watching. Like, so with Tom Cruise, when I see it, listen, if there's 15 explosions in the trailer, then that's all I'm expecting in the movie. I don't care if he wears a mask every movie, as long as there's enough explosions and bullets and pretty girls, then the movie is a success to me. It makes everything much more simple.
I've given up on the franchise, so they dropped the mask thing. It happened in the first one on the train, the Brian De Palma one. Emily, you just watched it. I remember it being in the theater.
It was amazing.
I remember in 7th grade watching that.
It was crazy.
And the villain ripped off the mask. I'm like, what? That's not fair. You can't just do that. Like, that was the villain.
That was fire. I was like, oh my God.
I've been angry about this for more than 20 years now, Emily. Thank you for bringing it up today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I thought that was fire, bro. Look, Jesse. If you
know what I'm talking about. You know the scene I'm talking about too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember being angry at the time. You're like, what?
Bro, look.
What was the point of all of this? If you just put on a mask and be someone else,
bullets and
why'd I watch the whole movie?
That is what those movies are about.
It's the lowest of all stakes.
That is it. You getting 100 on Rotten Tomatoes for me if there's enough explosions, for sure.
No, here's why I disagree.
You should see Oppenheimer.
The first one didn't even need explosions. All it needed was a sweet ventilation shaft repelling scene.
That was it.
That was very sweet, I'll be honest.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. I need to have that. How we get to that, I don't care. I honestly don't care. But
listen, when it comes to ventilation shaft repelling scenes, number one all time, not even close.
But we're not gonna hate on Tom Cruise though, because Tom gave us Minority Report. We're not hating on Tom. Tom gave us Minority Report. Maybe
after I finish this, I'll do a Tom Cruise marathon and just watch more of his movie to kind of cleanse the palate.
He had the exoskeleton. Time kept restarting over and over again. That movie was pretty good.
Edge of Tomorrow.
That was good. Minority Report was good. So, but Mission Impossible is bullets, bombs, babes. That's it.
The only Tom Cruise role I've ever truly enjoyed was him playing the studio exec in Tropic Thunder.
Yes, that was phenomenal.
That was the most shocking, unbelievably funny things I've ever seen.
I loved it.
Listen, I know we did this last episode, but if there's a double feature, I want to watch movies with great ventilation shaft scenes. Off the top of my head, we got Alien. We got Die Hard. We got Mission Impossible 1.
What about silos? They're cylindrical, like a ventilation shaft.
It needs to be people hiding and crawling through them. Escape Room. Remember Escape Room? They crawl through a ventilation shaft. Someone needs to do a listicle of Hall of Fame ventilation shaft scenes. Obviously, the story graphic is Tom Cruise dangling from a ventilation shaft.
Of course. Yeah.
I like
All right, done. We're on it.
Bruce Willis with the lighter.
If we can somehow find a faith angle for that listicle, we'll run it at Relevant. All right.
Increase my faith in God. There you go.
Please let one of the Left Behind movies have one of those ventilation shaft scenes. It would not shock me. If running back, there's got to be one. There's like 10 of them.
Maybe they were hiding in the ventilation shaft from the New World Order that was trying to take
Usually somehow the hero finds himself with no other place to go but a ventilation shaft, and he's peeking through vents, and he's got to repel. If a movie has that, I'm probably in. I don't care if it's a Kirk Cameron apocalypse movie. If you said at some point Kirk Cameron is stuck in a ventilation shaft and Antichrist henchmen are looking for him, I'm probably watching.
Gosh,
I'm
that
probably
is
watching
such
a big ventilation shaft scene, guy.
Plot scene that I love.
It's in like 15 movies. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you tell me,
specific, but it's in so many of them.
If you tell me he's at the Antichrist headquarters and he's looking down through a vent and everyone's getting the mark and he's like doesn't know what to do, he's trapped up there, I'm probably like, guys, I got to see how he gets out of this. I got to. He don't want that mark. All he's got to do, he's peeking through the ventilation shaft. He can see him, but they can't see him. That's the brilliant of a ventilation shaft scene, but he can't be too loud.
This is wild.
And think about how nice and cool and refreshing it'd be up there. You know, you can stay quite a while.
Well, the only thing is there's always like a rat or something that comes crawling up. And then you got to be quiet and not freak out because the rat, that's again, they've remade that scene. Emily knows. Emily's a movie file. How many times have you seen that scene?
Too many times.
If it's Kirk Cameron, Nick Cage in one of those shafts in a Revelation movie, I don't care if it's like one of those Pure Flix movies. If it opens with, if at any point The hero is subverting the apocalypse. Everyone's been raptured, left behind. They're gone. He's hiding out in the ventilation shaft. I'm in, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well,
here comes the rat. Better be quiet. They can hear you. You're mere feet overhead.
Bro, you gotta chill, Jesse.
All right, that'll do it. Well, that'll do it for what? I don't even know what that was. All right, stay tuned.
That was crazy, is what it was.
Ventilation scene recaps.
Stay tuned.
New weekly segment.
Stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
I wanted more than you could give me. So starting for a 15-year-old. Something about you, it feels like caffeine. Pure gold. Something about you, it feels like caffeine.
You're listening to Jack K's. The song is Caffeine. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
All right, what do you have, Jesse?
All right. I spent a lot of time on ventilation shaft scenes in action movies, so I'll keep this quick. It's a update because we were talking, I think it was last week, about how Meta had this big explosion. They attracted 100 million users in the first, I think, 5 days. Yeah. Well, it looks like, it may have been, celebrating a little too soon, because even though it still has a strong user base, since we last reported that, they have seen a decline in more than 25 million users have appeared to abandon the platform.
That's crazy.
Or at least are no longer active. I guess that's not all that surprising, but it is weird that we're living in an age where new social media platforms are like a new restaurant opening in town, where everyone goes the first weekend and kind of has a little bit of fun trying the new curly fries or whatever, and then it's after that there's really no way to get in. I'm really interested to see. I think because the barrier to entry for that platform was so low, if you had an Instagram account, it was basically a one-click sort of bump over. Like, the thing is, when it doesn't cost anything for someone to join something, especially time, or they didn't have to authenticate anything, it is interesting is that actually de-incentivize them to stick around? Because it was so easy to sign up and kind of kick the tires with it that, if you go through the whole process of setting up like a Twitter account or a Facebook account back in the day, and you put up the pictures and all your info, you probably have a little bit more incentivization to kind of stick around, because you invested, even though it didn't cost you any money, you invested time in it. Because this cost so many people no time investment, it seems like the abandonment rate has been a little bit accelerated. I'm not against Threads. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes, but I do think it's interesting they've seen such a dramatic drop off in the first couple of weeks.
Honestly, I am all social media accounted out. Like, I mean, we have to do it. Like, as a creative, I have to do it. But if I'm being real, the only reason I joined Threads is because I didn't want to get left behind. Like, every time I was a late adopter, you got to work to build the platform. It's a lot harder. But it's not, I don't think we needed another social media account. When you look at all the accounts, it's the same information synchronized across all of the accounts by the same people. So I guess maybe Threads, because people hate Elon, I just don't know if their hate for Elon is enough to make them want to be invested in another social media account that's also a facsimile of another one. I don't know.
I don't think it's just hate for Elon, though. I think it's like legitimately the Twitter experience has declined significantly. For me, engagement has declined. So many.
I would say that's across all, but Instagram, I saw a thing that said Instagram engagement is down 90% for most users. Like, it's down 90%, and TikTok is down 21% for most users. So it's everywhere, because I think these people know that we want to get our messages out, so everybody throttles it because there's not a threat. The best thing that happened, I think, to social media for a season was that people were on TikTok and were going viral left and right, so it made Instagram loosen its algorithm and all of that. But same thing with Twitter. I think Twitter is just like, the engagement is awful, but it's awful across all platforms. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but like, just the Twitter experience to me is worse. I mean, like, every other post is an ad now. It's like, all these people doing threads of like ways to, get my ebook, that kind of stuff. It's just like, it's clutter. It's just chaos. Whereas like I go over to Threads and it's like, Threads doesn't even know what the purpose of Threads is. People are posting over there like it's like 2010, going to get lunch, what do you have for lunch? It's like, what? I don't need this. So my experience on Threads was like, oh, wow, this is friendlier, simpler, fine, but it's not compelling content
for me.
So I just haven't gone back,
Yeah, same thing is that. But then also, if you go back now, I think the experience on Threads is very similar to Twitter now. Like I'm getting random people I don't follow, their listicles and all that stuff. Like so, if you just log in today and see how similar it looks. I think the only thing on Threads that isn't happening on Twitter is just like fights with people in the hood. Like I haven't got those yet. That's when I'll know we've made like a full transition to Twitter facsimile, is when I see somebody in Chicago punch somebody else in the face. Then I'm like, okay, bet we made it. Like it's a full facsimile. I didn't want this, but it's there because
Guys, I have a quick update.
Okay.
During this slice, I was I'm a very good multitasker, and I stumbled upon hpack.com, which appears to be an industry website for the heating and air ventilation. Here's their mission statement: providing expertise and insights into the latest products, solutions, and technologies being used in commercial, industrial, institutional HVAC application. It's an industry website. On that website, I found an article published in 2014 called HVAC and Popular Movies. Did Hollywood Get It Right? It is the most extensive breakdown.
I love it.
Of films where characters get stuck in ventilation shafts, including Die Hard and Mission Impossible and 13 others, with YouTube clips and breakdowns. Here, can I read the abstract of this article?
Please.
This is published on an HVAC industry website. Here's the abstract. A professional engineer who moonlights as a film critic takes a look at 13 movies and 3 TV series whose makers are not about to let HVAC fundamentals get in the way of a good story. My afternoon, guys, is accounted for now. So
I just found my new movie marathon.
Your next movie marathon. Hey, it's Heat Wave, record-breaking Heat Wave. Watch an HVAC marathon. That makes a lot of sense.
I love that somewhere there's an editor for an HVAC industry website that's like, guys, we got to do a listicle on this trope. Like, we got to break this down.
I like it, though.
It's so funny. All right, what do you have, Derek?
I know that Cameron loves Marvel movies, just like me. He's a huge Marvel fan. And, because they're so real and riveting, and the movies are pretty small and short, easy to, bite-sized chunks.
I like how they shoot them in real life, and like the sets are just organic. And they do their own stunts, and it's so just raw and real. I love it.
Cameron loves that. That's why he's going to go see the Barbie movie. He, but anyhow, Bob Iger who is the CEO of Disney, says, we got to chill out. There's too much content coming out right now. He says that, Marvel, Ant-Man and Wasp didn't do too well because we got too many television shows, and I think we might have OD'd a little bit. So he wants to pull back on all of the Marvel content, but not just Marvel content. He's talking about Star Wars content, National Geographic content, different things like that. And guys, I think this is a great move because I'm going to keep it real.
I agree.
And I'm a Marvel fan. The last Marvel show that I've made it all the way through, well, I think might have been Hawkeye and Wasp, like a couple years ago.
Oh, that's a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the last one I've made it all the way through. Like it's a lot. But I think also I think maybe we may be turning a corner too, just as a culture. I think people are just overdone with content in general. I think that's why, if we bring up earlier, why Instagram engagement is down, TikTok engagement is down, all this engagement is down. It's like, I'm so sick and tired of just being inundated with content. So hopefully what's going to happen is we're going to get better content and less frequently. And I would really enjoy that.
They made that decision with Star Wars a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. Like there was a year where there was like 3 Star Wars movies or something. It was like, and they all flopped. It was like Solo and whatever. And it was because they just diluted the brand. and they pulled back, and now there hasn't been a Star Wars movie in years, and so it's like they're creating pent up demand, and it'll be a success because of that. So I Marvel was just like, goodness gracious, man, it didn't stop. It's like they got greedy, it felt like, and then it just got too much. So I think it's smart. Less is more.
Yeah, and I'm the same as you. Like I really like Marvel, and I actually think somehow, some way, I have watched all of the series and movies and stuff, but it was like a long process. And you can just tell the quality of it has kind of diminished over the last few years. And I think it's because they're pumping out so much that it's like, I'd rather get one quality Marvel movie a year than 6 semi-quality like TV shows or something like that, you know? And I think I think this is good, for them to like pivot strategies.
Even give me 2. I'll take 2 Marvel movies. Like, I'm cool with them, but I'm like, dog, I don't want to watch the story about what happens with after the main plot. I don't want to watch too much of that. Or give me a cartoon or something. Give it to me in a different way. Maybe a social media thing or something. But I'm not trying to go that deep. But there are people that really like. I'm in a I'm about to expose myself a little here, but I'm in a Twitter group with some really, really strong comic book aficionados, and they love it. They watch all of this stuff, right? But I'm like, dog, if I watch another green man turn into a human being, I'm gonna die. So
Emily, I just want to let you know, if you need a backup guest option, we can always reach out to Ron Wilkinson. He's a longtime member of HVAC Engineering's editorial advisory boards. He holds several certifications for industrial HVAC units.
Oh, nice.
And he also leads Wilkinson's commissioning management HVAC services.
I like it.
He hasn't updated this list for almost a decade. I'm sure he's got some thoughts that he's been sitting on about ventilation scenes.
Hey, I bet you won't go find Ron. Jesse, I bet you won't go find him.
I'm sure he's available.
I bet you won't go find him and make him a guest on the show.
I would love to spend about a half hour just breaking some of these down, you know?
Emily, make it happen. Let's go. Let's do it.
That got
We've
me
done it in
good.
the past. We tracked down the president of the American Mustache Association.
Yeah.
We tracked down like random people.
And listen, this is not a fly by night. He's CPM MP certified for industrial HVAC, so he's legit. That's what I'll say.
I think this is great because we are in
just
a
hand
heat
those
wave.
certifications out.
So it is. I think we need to find Ron Wilkerson.
He can give some tips on how to stay cool while also telling us his best ranking.
Emily, for real. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's bring him on to talk about the best HVAC scenes in movies for this hot summer. I love it. All right, Emily, Slices, what do you have?
I'm so excited to talk about this. The U.S. economy, the U.S. economy got a major boost this year thanks to one Taylor Allison Swift. Technically to her fans. So let's give the proper congratulations to who it's to.
Amazing.
The Federal Reserve announced recently that Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has given such a significant boost to the economy because Swifties, and I say this as one myself, not great with our personal finances. And so we're spending so much money that we are paying for not only these tickets, but also hotels, flights, different travel expenses, food and stuff. So it's like all of this travel around the Eras tours have really boosted like local economies. So Philadelphia shared that when Taylor was in town for just the weekend, hotel prices surged about 80%, hotel usage surged about 80%. And places in like Chicago, like all these cities have started reporting that you can just see this, the weekend that Taylor's here, the economy just spikes up so well. And I just want to say, you're welcome, America, for my poor financial decisions.
It's really funny.
I love it.
I honestly can't think of another comparable artist like that has had the effect that she has. It's insane.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's specifically
even the Beyonce
traveling
tour isn't. Yeah, that's the thing. Even the Beyonce tour isn't creating like planes full of fans going to that town. You know.
Yeah, I think it's because the Ticketmaster fiasco was truly so terrible that people just got a ticket wherever they could. And so they are having to fly to different cities. And then that means they have to book places. So like, I haven't talked about it. I did go to a few different cities for the tour.
You traveled. Yeah, I know.
I did
Yeah.
travel.
Wow.
I went to Dallas and Houston. And then I also was at one in Nashville. But the difference with me, Dallas and Houston, I have family and friends there. So like I wasn't paying for hotel stuff. But I mean, I did pay for a flight. I did not go into debt. Everyone always asks like how I afforded this. I'm really good at finding cheap flights. That's the only answer I can give you. But just, you're welcome, America.
And also, she didn't pay above face value, so for her tickets.
True.
So you're like the only person I know of that has 4 Taylor Swift concert experiences, and you only paid like $75 for it. It's crazy.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
did have to wait 9 hours online in Ticketmaster, but it was worth it.
Crazy.
All right, well, that'll do it for Slices. For more, check out relevantmagazine.com every day. We're posting all this stuff.
Says your last kiss won't wanna miss this. Only piece of heaven I ever had. No, I don't think it's for nothing, but I hope someday we're gonna get it back.
You're listening to Nothing But Thieves. The song is Tomorrow is Closed. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Our guest today is Wande. She's a Christian hip-hop artist who you probably know as the first female artist signed to Reach Records, Lecrae's label. The Austin-based rapper has produced hits like Don't Worry About It and Blessed Up, and now she's releasing a new project, Wande, which shows off a dramatic new sound. We recently talked to her about that and a lot more. Here's our conversation with Wande.
Anytime the Lord needs me, anywhere the Lord leads me, God's people, are you with me? I want just who are you with me? Yeah, oh yeah, well, money on the scene, she got her and they like, yeah, well, look at me, I'm missionary international. Pesa me, best believe that my lo. And it's rain, don't feel the danger.
I'm really excited to talk with you. You have some new music coming out.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, what can you tell me about it? Like, what can we expect to hear from you?
Yeah, so this summer I definitely did like a lot more collaborations. So this summer I'm excited just because, one, I collaborated with women, and then two, I collaborated on the other spectrum of who I am, which is my Nigerian roots. So that's kind of like what you can expect coming out. So about 2 days ago, I released, or actually it was yesterday, just midnight, but I released a song called Mwambe with Limo Blaze. And so that was like an African Afrobeat type of gospel record that we released. And so it uses my native language, Yoruba, which is a Yoruba or Nigerian language. And we just kind of discussed that, like, we're the children of the light, you know, we're here, we're going to be a light everywhere we go. And it's kind of like saying, send me, I'll go. So wherever God wants me to go, I'm gonna go. And so we're just kind of like doing that, but also mixing the hip hop with the African heritage. And so that was a fun record.
Yeah, that's so fun. I love that. What made you want to collaborate, like, or kind of like pursue something new?
We've always wanted to work together, and it kind of just made sense because I'm Nigerian. I was literally born in Nigeria, so it's like, why do you not have a lot of African records like in your catalog? So that's his main genre. So it was like it only makes sense for us to collaborate, especially since we're on the same label currently. And so yeah, it was a lot of fun though, just collabing. We actually started it off last year. So our label has an annual Christmas party, and so fun fact, he lives in the UK. Okay. So he was in town. So you got to catch him when you catch him because he doesn't live in America. So so he was in the UK. So it was like, okay, while you're here, we got to collab. So we started the record and then we finished it off this year. So it was
so exciting. Do you think that's something that you'll like continue to pursue more, or was this just maybe like a different project? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think it's just kind of like finding a balance, just because it's like I have so many interests. I'm like, oh, I love the rapping, I love singing too, but I like the Afrobeat too. So I think I'm just praying to God for wisdom on like the best way to release it to the people. But I think it's definitely something I'll be doing more of, maybe even if it's just through collabs or something like that.
Well, you also mentioned collaborating with some like female artists. Who are some of the women you got to collaborate with?
Yeah, so I collaborated with a woman named Toya Love and another woman named Angie Rose. And so me and Angie was overdue. We should have collabed a long time ago. But so that was cool. So we made a song called Encore. And so that song is really pretty. And I'm really excited for that. It's like a melodic type of rap song. So you get the melodies in the chorus, but then you get the girls being rappers. So I'm excited for that one too. It's kind of more of a serious track. But I think it's really encouraging that like whenever God gives you a goal, gives you a vision, even though you may feel like giving up because your circumstances may, just be discouraging you, like, hey, don't forget, like God actually really called you for this, so don't give up and like keep going.
Mentioned like this was like the first time you've gotten to like work with other like female artists before. Is there like I'm just curious, is there a difference in like working with women and working with men, like when in your experience?
I would say there's a difference. I think it's like just one thing that just comes with it. So I guess with women, like we have more relatable life experiences just because we're a woman. So I would say like there's like more of a closeness of things that we get to talk about or dive into as we work together. But yeah, I love working with women. I feel like I don't get to do it very often just because women are a minority in Christian rap. So I think I really love working with other women. I think it's cool just to challenge each other and like seeing like our strengths and just how we approach the songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is always so interesting to think about how unfortunately there's just not as many women like in this like musical space as I would like them to be and stuff. But I know you were like the first female to sign with Reach Records. Do you feel like the industry is growing though, and that more women are becoming like rappers?
Yeah, I think that our industry is growing like tremendously, especially this year. When you look at the Christian rap landscape in 2019, whenever I first signed, like, yeah, it basically was just kind of me. But I would say now, just because of things like TikTok that have exploded, you just find so many women in our industry now. And it's just beautiful and amazing to see how many women and just how much growth our genre has experienced. There's so many new artists that have exploded and who I've even found on TikTok. And so I'm really excited for our genre to grow.
And I'm curious, like with your new music, what are some of the topics that you discuss, like that you're bringing up in this new music?
A lot. I think I've gone through a lot of life experiences since like my previous drops. Like for instance, I got married recently.
Congratulations.
So I think that's one thing. Yeah, thank you. So I think that's been really cool just to see like the things I've learned as a woman being married. I think also, I just gone through different life experiences in general of like loss and gain. So I think through that, like I think I'm able to articulate my emotions better of just like what it's like to be an adult navigating loss, or what it's like to be an adult navigating being married, or just a journey into womanhood as an adult as well. Just all those different things. So I think those are some things I can communicate. And then just my faith journey. I think as you go through those things as well, your relationship with God deepens and you're able to just see a new aspect of what it's like to endure your relationship with God from being a teen / young adult to like being like a full-blown adult.
Yeah, just a few little life changes, nothing major.
Yeah.
I am curious, is there a certain message that you think like your generation or our generation like needs to hear right now?
I think they definitely need to see like what it looks like to be young and unashamed of the gospel. I think sometimes people may feel like, oh, because I'm young, I have to do what everybody else is doing. And they just want to follow the crowd and they're like, oh, well, this is just what's popular. But I think just showing like you can be set apart and you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. And even just showing like, oh, you can be successful just following God's way and not having to follow the Lord's way. I think that's something that the youth need to see now.
Got me casting all my cares, hanging out the window like yeah. 'Cause your love so deep, running over. Make it hard for me to keep my composure. Feeling so wild and free. Yeah. I'll be loud and proud, no matter who's around. 'Cause you're so alive in me. Yeah. All your blessings keep me running over. All the time, my God is good all the time. Yeah.
That was Wande. Make sure to check out Wande. It's out now. All right, stay tuned. Up next, I told you there's a segment coming. You guys asked for it. We're delivering. I'll tell you about it right after this.
We just said about this forever. Want you in the word, play my part. I don't plan on playing with your heart. I don't wanna lead without you. You're the one I need. Won't doubt you. You show me.
You're listening to Uninvited and Saint. The song is A Good Thing. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN. All right. So longtime listeners know that back in the day, Jesse had so many stories. We did a segment with a jingle called Story Time with Uncle Jesse. And he just basically told us about his shenanigans and adventures in college and things like that. And we get messaged quite a bit from you guys. Like, hey, have Jesse, I was telling my friends about the whatever story. Have Jesse tell that story again. Jesse, we are bringing you Twitter. Like, our listeners have gone onto Twitter and they have told us their favorite Jesse stories over the years. I am going to omit bunk bed from the mix because
that was requested a lot.
You have several times. You have said that on this current era of the podcast, Derek's heard that story. So I'm keeping these strictly to pre-Derek stories that Derek has not heard.
Yes.
And I want you to give the listeners what they want. I'm going to tell you one of the stories and then you tell us what that story was. Okay, here we go. Vern Collins wants to hear about the obliterated copy machine.
Well, this was not my proudest moment, but my hand was forced here. Back in college, I had a job where I would move tables from around campus. That was pretty much the extent. Drive golf carts, move tables from one building to the next.
What?
And,
wait, why? Like for an event or something?
Yeah, they're setting up for a little parent thing or a sports thing or whatever.
Okay.
It was pretty great job. Pretty easy. And so one day we go to a loading dock. And we're waiting to move our tables in. That is the extent of our job. And we see a box truck like back into the loading dock area, right? And it has like an electronic lift gate, the kind that kind of goes down. But you could tell that the guy operating the truck was not the one who's typically moving equipment out of the back of this box truck. He was let's just say this. He didn't have the build of someone who looks like he did a lot of heavy lifting. And he was in a suit, and it was a very hot day, and he was very sweaty in this suit. Imagine sort of like a Danny DeVito type of guy hopping out.
Okay.
And he's frequently checking his watch. You could tell something went wrong at the copy machine place that day. I like to think he was running the copy machine operation. I don't know. Again, so he hops out of the back of the truck, and we're all kind of. I'll say this: there are about 12 to 14 able-bodied male college students who are moving things for their job, just standing there watching. Myself among them, But it was kind of like watching someone. You ever watch someone like when they're about to fall off a ladder or a bike or something, and it starts to wobble? Your mind just freezes. You could jump in and help them, but you're just frozen right there. You have to see how this ends. You just don't know what to do. Or like a scene in a movie where it's like a tall wedding cake and it's shaking back and forth. Everyone just stands around and watches the big baker just fall with a cake on themselves. They could all help and prevent it, but there's something in human nature that just freezes in that moment. As soon as he jumped out of the driver's side of that box truck, I knew this was one of those moments. He goes in, he gets in the back of the box truck, and he wheels like the largest copy machine I've ever seen. Which, by the way, there's no reason for copy machines to be the size of washing machines. They serve one function. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, they're gigantic. And this was like 20 years ago. This is 20-year-old, this is like a gigantic dryer being, on wheels with thousands of buttons and panes of glass in different places. If there's any machine that you want to see dropped onto concrete from about 4 feet off the ground, it's a giant industrial there's so much that can break on these things.
Sure.
Anyway, so he wheels it to the back of the box truck onto the electronic lift gate. And, for those of you who don't know, the lift gate works. You press a button and it kind of slowly lowers to the ground. So his plan is to clearly just put it on the lift gate. He's going to stand there and hit the button that lowers the copy machine to the ground. He panics, right? He hits the button and it just kind of jostles about 2 inches. Just a quick, and he lets go of the button. You see at that point the copy machine leaning over the edge, like it's going. It is the moment where the baker is shaking the tall wedding cake, right?
Man.
He goes and he does like 6 different variations of kung fu grips, like from every angle, and he's going like he's trying everything he can.
Just watch this man suffer.
I feel terrible even all these years later, but I was frozen. It was like I got hit with like a ray gun that just me and all my friends were standing right there.
This man struggle. I bet you that copy machine was probably $2,000-$3,000
easily. This, and here's the other thing that slightly crossed my mind. Am I willing to jump and put my life and body on the line for a copy machine? The answer is a hard no. So anyway, he's going and he's in the suit, and this all transpired in about 20 seconds, but I felt like we were there for hours. And he's like gripping, and he's like, you can tell he's got one last move before this thing goes down. He decides that move is to grab it from the front, dive over the top, to use all his body weight to push it back into the truck. I mean, he straight up went gymnast on there. He goes, and he grabbed it, attempting to throw it back into the truck, diving from the back of a box truck onto solid concrete. He's in a suit, and he rolls out of it. Okay, he's rolling in a suit down like the loading dock ramp. And Justin, like, he looks back like an action hero who like plants the bomb in the building and then runs and dives and has just enough time to look back at the bomb explode with all the bad guys. He looks back like, did the copy machine roll back in the truck? Just enough to see it like slowly tilt off and burst in, like buttons, glass, everything just flying everywhere on the bottom of the loading dock. He crawls on his hands and knees going, as if he is like crawling out of like a trench of like a World War II movie. Copy machine shrapnel everywhere.
Ouch.
He pulls his cell phone out and he literally makes a 3-second phone call. He goes, "We lost one," and he hangs up.
Jesse,
I still think about that. I still think
just push that bug a little bit, bro.
I still think about that guy a lot. I would say about every other week. I wonder about that guy.
All right, so Kyle Atwell, this is a movie season, blockbusters. People are in the theaters finally because of Barbenheimer. Kyle Atwell says every time he goes to the movie theater, he thinks about Toggy bars. Tell them why.
A what?
Toggy bar.
Toggy bar?
This was a long time ago, and I haven't thought about this one in a while. But I was in a movie. Cameron, were you there? I think I was with people at Relevant. We went to go see a movie, and it was just like a very awkward interaction where we were there prior to the movie, and it was like that awkward silence before the preview started. It doesn't matter if anything non-awkward is happening. That's just an awkward time to be in a movie theater. It's like you hold the sneeze in. No one wants to be that person. Right. You're just in darkness with strangers. And we hear like this squeaky
In Darkness with Strangers would be a good album name.
Yeah, that would be cool. Derek, take it.
Lana Del Rey. In Darkness
but you
with Strangers.
hear like this little cart kind of just wheel in, just the, and you just hear this voice. And looking back, I'm assuming it's some sort of fundraiser. He was not very good at articulating what he was like. Oh, before the movie starts, we have Toggy bars for sale. They're European chocolates. They're for sale, $3 for the and I can't remember the fun, but it was like Napoleon Dynamite trying to sell you Girl Scout cookies. He does the pitch for a solid 3 minutes, where it was uncomfortable and awkward at first. It was awkward at first to the point where it gets just extremely uncomfortable, And he's like, "Oh, they're European chocolates. If no one wants one." Like everyone's just waiting for the moment to end. You can tell no one is interested. He starts wheeling out. As he's leaving the door from the back of the theater, you just hear, "I'll have a Toggy." Some hero.
Hold on, I'm looking these up right now. I need to see what they.
Some hero.
Oh my goodness!
You saved the pitch.
The guy wheels back in and did the whole pitch again, even thinking he's going to get another Toggy sale.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. These look awful.
Oh, I'm a Toggy.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I'm at the concession stand at a theater and I see those Toggy bars, I think, I have a Toggy.
And the guy's halfway back out the door. The guy who bought the Toggy could have saved everyone 4 minutes of discomfort by purchasing that Toggy immediately, but instead he waited. It would have been more comfortable just to let him leave.
They sell these at movie theaters? I've never seen this before in my life.
It was
like
some
a
sort
fundraiser.
It was raising money for something. Again, it was lost in just the. I was so uncomfortable. I literally couldn't move, and that takes a lot for me.
I feel like you've talked before about like you can handle like uncomfortable humor. So if you're saying something's uncomfortable,
it was the worst sales pitch I've ever heard.
All right, so last one before we wrap this. Jeremy Little, he's like, I haven't heard it in a long time. I need it. I need some bird smoothie. What is a bird smoothie?
I was leaving Norfolk International Airport one time, which is my local airport. They've since renovated, and they don't have the bird problem they used to, but it had like a large indoor atrium, which, by the way, I don't know how birds get in the airport.
Absolutely
okay?
Wow, I know. Orlando's airport has birds too. You're like, where did you come from? But yeah.
I am, and again, it's going to take, to my recollection, what exactly train? All I know is I'm with, I think my mom was picking me up from college, and you're getting off the plane, you're all dehydrated, and they had a smoothie stand. This was not a sophisticated airport operation at the time. It wasn't like we had like Chick-fil-A's and stuff. This was kind of the mom and pop type of kiosk in the airport atrium, and one was like a smoothie stand. And so I go and order my smoothie. And as the person who is clearly not paying attention, they have like blenders full of water. Like, when you make the smoothies, you rinse them out. There is a bird that has descended from the atrium bathing in the smoothie water.
No, it ain't.
I'm like speechless. Again, I froze. It's funny, these three stories have one commonality. I froze in a critical moment.
Froze all of them.
What?
A bird.
Listen, the bird flies away. I see it bathing in the smoothie water. The person makes a smoothie in the blender that was moments ago a bird bath.
Did the person not see it?
No, but I did.
Jesse, why did you tell him, bro?
I froze, Derek.
Who would believe him? Oh, by the way, sir, you didn't see it, but a bird was bathing in the
bird
bird
was in here.
Yeah.
I'd have smacked the smoothie out, dude. Head. You're not drinking this.
Listen, he goes, he makes a smoothie in there, pours it, hands it to a lady. As she's walking away, I'm like, there's a bird smoothie. And I tried to yell. I tried. She had already taken a sip.
Jesse.
She's like, excuse me, what'd you say? At that point, you got a decision to make. At that point, there's a critical decision. And that decision is, do you just say, never mind, don't worry about it. Or do you say, I'd let you take a sip of a bird smoothie? You might as well finish it. I made the call to just say, never mind, don't worry about it. She'd already taken a sip.
Jesse.
And that's how she got bird flu.
Dog.
Yeah, after that, there was a avian flu broke out across the area.
Yeah. And that was patient zero.
Guys.
Okay, my goodness. So there's more where that came from. Y'all asked for some Jesse stories, and we're going to be bringing them to you. I might double or triple dip on this segment because there's some good ones over the years.
There were a lot. Yeah, that I didn't recognize. Tears in my eyes. I'm excited to hear about all these interesting stories.
This is too much, Jesse.
Ice-T's bullfrog. That wasn't a Jesse story. That was just Jesse misreading a slice. Jesse went through this entire slice. He was looking for slices. He found this item that Ice-T and his wife were pulled over. And it's because he was speeding on the way to the vet. He was taking his bullfrog to the vet. And Jesse thought this was the strangest thing. A rich rapper has this high-end bullfrog. He has to take him to the vet. Jesse got the item, read the item, and then went on a rant, like a whole run that he had kind of prepared at the ridiculousness of Ice-T having a bullfrog as a pet. At the very end of it, I was like, this is crazy. So I looked it up while he was talking, realized that the actual news item was that Ice-T got pulled over on his way to the vet because his bulldog was injured. Jesse had misread the item and talked for 15 minutes about Ice-T's bullfrog, but it was because Ice-T was taking his bulldog.
We need to go get that clip. I need to hear, because I know Jesse went in. That's the thing.
He went in. It was the funniest thing. It was so ridiculous that Ice-T had this pet bullfrog and all this stuff. Nope. Yeah,
there was one response. They said the bit or whatever, and then they even had episode 600 whatever last 10 minutes. Like they had. We'll get
to that one.
Yeah,
Brendan,
they know when that
thanks
one
for the timestamp. We're getting it. We'll do that one next week. Thanks, Brendan, for that one. But anyway, all right. So that'll do it for story time with Uncle Jesse. The highlights. Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Wande for joining us. Make sure to check out Wande. It is out now. Also, make sure to check out the summer issue of Relevant. You can read it by clicking the magazine tab right there at relevantmagazine.com. Features a great cover story with Lauren Daigle. We have amazing faith leaders like Christine Kane, Judah and Chelsea Smith. We have amazing think pieces, issues, music, you name it. It's in there and it's free. Just go check it out. Share it. Help us spread the word. Also, if you want to get the beautifully designed, enhanced digital edition of the magazine, you can get it as part of your Relevant Plus subscription. All you have to do is sign up right there at the Relevant Plus tab at the website. You get ad-free unlimited reading at relevantmagazine.com. You get an ad-free version of this podcast. You get exclusive subscriber podcast and more. Plans start as low as $250 a month. It's the best way to experience our content. Go check it out. Okay. On that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
All right, we'll see you guys on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find on YouTube. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new Relevant with Relevant magazine. A new issue releases every other month at Relevant Magazine.
I'll have a Toggy.
Relevant Podcast Network.